Hi everyone, and welcome back to more Ace Attorney. Where we left off, there was a lot happening. Apparently, Elise is Misty Faye. That was crazy. Then an earthquake happened, and I guess, what's it? I guess Iris went into the back to the inner temple, and now there's like four more locks on the temple door, like the cavern door. We're gonna see what's going on with her. I'm curious. I want to know what the heck is happening. Look at that. There's so many now. That's crazy. Right. Is this what you was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying you can undo the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're the one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine. I'm recording, right? Yes, I am. There's no telling what sort of mistakes you can make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That is your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle an investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was alright, but... But what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door and... Who in the world would do something like this? The trick locks are sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why the only people who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks. I don't think it's that simple, Miss Francesca von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks, the first one. Yes, that's correct. What? Iris, try to think please. Is there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are 100 different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it would take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. A whole day. Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. Gotta wait another day. Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call your honor your inner strength, though. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident, but you were seen at the same evening at the inner temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple. As if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you tell us the truth. Only 3, huh? I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Do I have evidence? I'm not sure. Maybe it'd be a good idea to go to the garden again. See if I get any more information. Cops are still cobbing the place. They look pretty nervous. I mean, nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Oh, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth. Hey, don't you dare run away. What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the criminal affairs department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. Thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. Yes! You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? High chance that this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why. I mean, because of the writing in blood, and the talisman in the snow. Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives me even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little kids at the same elementary school. Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Oh my gosh, this case. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We deprived of oxygen, and we passed out. That's when that happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. Hold on, I'll be right back. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now, and that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there, but it was such a shock. Never imagined I could be so wrong about myself in my life. Sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think. More of the self-pity, okay? There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I feel like I've seen her in court before. So you went back to the criminal affairs department to look for a file. Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I've seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It's my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. Oh my god. What? Why not? It might be a crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did this case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. Need to fill Edgeworth in. To explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. What? Do I present something? I don't really have anything from that old case. It's everything that has to do with this. I mean, it's not any Cyclops or anything, so... I guess we'll move for now. Finally getting to the bottom of this case. Count on Iris to break those locks. Should try to gather more clues. Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Okay. Edgeworth is on hold right now. So let's try to talk to some other people. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. Sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should check out this shack just below this path. Or just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Right, good idea. Oh! Mr. Nick! Pearls, what are you doing here? Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry. This is a loser shack, where losers get together and lose themselves. This is what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick. Mr. Lawrence did a picture of me. That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. Stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't you try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? Got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearls. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What could you do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's drawn really well. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing. See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy. No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew, I'm telling you. Iris really flew that night. Mr. Lawrence. Not you do. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. Guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. I saw what I saw. It was exactly like what I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take the sketch out of face value. Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face? Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick. I needed to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it all happened? I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing. Does it, Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Denuxium's room reading a book together. But Miss Denuxium was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls? Really sorry, Mr. Nick. Oh my god. Whoa. I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power has disappeared. What? Your powers have disappeared? What do you mean your powers have disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. spirit medium who can't channel spirits like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm going to have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Huh. I know the crime.
Do I have any evidence? I'll come back. We'll come back, okay? I need to go back and talk to...
Bikini. Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Like a cup of tea together somewhere. Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. What? Well, what's the damage? How's Secret Cavern? Looks like it survived. We'll have a bigger problem now. Tell Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the Sacred Cavern. But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Korean tradition. Yes, we have Iris at the Sacred Cavern trying her best to open them up for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about, Sister Bikini. Oh yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we? You were telling me of how the Master of Korean disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Face suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago, Mystic Elise... No, I mean Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved that she was the Master, she said... Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. Here to put a stop to them. Oh. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line. There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new Master of Korean, and her daughters, the main family. All other mediums become branch family members, with no hopes of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. Do you think Pearl's mom is back? Because she was trying to do that in the first place. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask to Maske case. And during Maggie Bride's trial, too. I called her Bride again. It's Maggie Bird. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. The Crane technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't say respect to such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kinda expect you to be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Ho ho, you're very direct, aren't you? People believe in it anymore, you see, all because of one little mistake. Mistake? What mistake? 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. Oh my god, we're circling about that first incident. We're circling back to it. That incident. Is she talking about what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It's called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. DL6 incident. I knew it. DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of the certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It's the first case the world has ever seen the Crane tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of the Crane village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. Crane tradition is starting to recover at last. But with a new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? Spiritual power of the Crane channeling technique is in blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. This power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only women in the family can inherit that power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the master. And the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right. It's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. And lost her life. As a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it was only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Oh, really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master seat from her. Oh, so even though the aunt was older, she was more powerful. Misty was more powerful. Okay. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Ooh, it's been a minute since we've seen her. Morgan. There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now, at Maya's home, Crane Village. What she did was terrible. It was also she could make her own daughter the next master. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must already realize that Iris... Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? That Iris is... Mystic Morgan's daughter? What?
Take 2 steps back. What? What?
What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops, thought you already knew. Sounded like you meant one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. One. I know her very well. Oh? Yes, Pearls. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child. That child. She's Mystic Morgan's... I had no idea. Mystic Morgan? But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes, ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. What is happening? Did Iris just claim to be her daughter? I see, so I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morin had 3 daughters. Not 2. There's a third. There's a third daughter. This is so complex. Wait, what? 3? Yes, Iris, her twin sister. And Mystic Pearl. Iris, her twin... I'm gonna lose it. Are you kidding me? So Dahlia was just a twin. But then... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Because Iris acted like she really knew who Phoenix was. If she was a twin, then her and Phoenix would have never interacted? I'm so confused. What is happening? What? Twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? Well, that happened 20 years ago. I'm actually saying this like this is just common knowledge. All of this. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Karane's reputation hit an all-time low. Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master. He left her and the village, taking her twin daughters with him. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister. Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris' sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearl's had 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken out from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls. It seems that the incident here was the result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confined her. Iris has a twin sister. The plot really does. It really thickens, bro. It really does. This information would be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions to get more info. This is like insane. Is there anyone here? Oh, there's someone here. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune are they humming? No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Karain. Whoop! I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating is all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we lost. Along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Every case is gonna be alright. Airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here. But I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at the HQ. What? You mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is, if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You've got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Gadon. Gadon? What do you mean by that? About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. All I find is some burnt-up old letter. Burnt-up old letter? Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the inner temple. The incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? Got it right here if you want to look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. Bet it's got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums. Nice. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good look over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal. Can I look at it real fast? Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is blank. She's our ally? The whole something. There's a picture of her. Use it. When you channel her, I know you can do it. Once this is blank, burn the thing. I guess once this is completed, burn the letter. Also, make sure maybe to not tell anyone about the letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Huh. So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the shishishito we found that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. That's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, man, it's tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got a feather of forensics. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? What's the secret weapon of yours? You want to know? You've got to think scientifically, okay? Alright. Murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Come on, pal. It's good fun. I'm telling you. Alright. Then I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. It's absolute best. So sensitive. Makes you could make it cry. It's so high tech. Could skydive it off. Oh, brother. So now I'm gonna go tell you how to use it. Also, the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure. That's what we're trying to find out. Right. So let's turn the detector on. What's the sound of metal detectors signal bouncing off something metallic? Now then, move the detector around and give the courtyard a good look-see, pal. Oops, I should have clicked. When that happens, press the A button and give the area something. It's just going on its own. Take a look at anything good and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Oh. Sorry! It was going... Well, she next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal. Just thought I'd check it again anyway. Yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one. Yeah, I heard something about that. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading if had I not joined the homicide division. Think about that kind of stuff, detective. Of course I do. Think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop? As a detention officer? As the Blue Badger? Something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger. Wait, this is a wooden stick. Miss Denuxium's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made out of wood. Detector is reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made out of wood, alright? Don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. It's the whole point of the metal detector, to find metal where you can't see it. It's weird this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Oh, here, let me take a look at it. Oops, that was me. Hey, hands off. Examining evidence is a job for the... I cracked it open. The top is coming off. Look what you done. You damaged a really important piece of evidence. That's a sword. Inside the staff? Is this? Could it be? The murder weapon? Never I guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. Call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. Workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword. Or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. The real scene of the crime was at the inner temple. Then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one. And the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Shishito too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. Yeah. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. I'm going to get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh? How so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think Maya's been murdered? Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of Viridian there. Okay. Just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. The staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. You understand? It's just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of the mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure, thanks. Can't help but wonder. What was the least Denuxium doing with a staff like this in the first place? Okay. I wonder if we should go talk to Iris now. I got all the things from her, right? Okay, cool. Did I get every information from here? Oh. Expecting to see Larry and Pearls to be here. Gone to collect firewood. Okay, let's try talking to Iris. The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about where you were, what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. Right.
Left Iris to help.
Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. You see, Iris, you were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. Collight's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but line doesn't suit you. Huh? Say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. The bell. Where is it? Yeah. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Miss Wright? We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for the apparent impossibility. What? How did Dahlia get out? There are 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy! How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me. Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves that there's more than one of me. Twin. Mr. Wright. You said there was another me, and I was kind of expecting someone who looked like me, you know? I guess so. Because you're saying I look like this person? Can't say with 100% certainty, but... Can you show me something that you're 100% certain about? Let's get to the bottom of this. I don't mean to be uncooperative. I thought that was it. Okay, maybe I should go try talking to Edgeworth. Maybe he'll give me a little more information. Maybe he'll give me, like, some physical evidence. Rather than just what what Sister Bikini told us. Can I ask you about this? Edgeworth. Do you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? Can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me. But, problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I think. A jeweler. Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. Okay, here we go. This is what I needed. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please? Yes. It's my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. Stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was only the daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. This is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Right. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey. At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since the guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed. Last month. Whoa. Executed? That's a bit of a shock for you, Miss Wright. And for more reasons than one. Do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems like you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, spirit medium from a branch of family of the Karain channeling technique. Did you say Karain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with the fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent. I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught in the middle of a murder investigation. Police didn't have any leads. They were stumped. That's when they called her in. She's a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. You know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you understand someday. And then you'll see that the Karain channeling technique is real. Okay. Wait, did he give me any evidence? No, I didn't get any evidence. Wait, let me go back. Or maybe, can I go... I wonder if I can go... He said go check the files, right? I mean, we already handled the case, so wouldn't we already know everything? Yeah, I can only be in these places. Well, I didn't... Oh, wait. No, but I should have Dahlia's profile. Oh my god. I'm like going every other direction. I'm sorry. I think I should have Dahlia's profile now, right? I do. Okay, now I have it. So I just needed her picture. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I think now I have all the stuff I need. Evidence. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god, this is so funny. I wish they could put it like right next to each other. Now we got her. I have a firm grasp on the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. You're impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now. To explain now, is there, Iris? The second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo. A training ground of the Karain channeling technique. Oh my god. So someone channeled her. Oh, the notes. The notes make sense now. I wonder... I wonder if Maya ended up channeling her. Because they basically take on, like, the form of the person, right? That's how it works with Mia. Oh my gosh. And she might be still channeling her. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you know about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me.
That's why they burned the notes, because it said Dahlia's name.
Ah! I had the crime. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I had been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? Because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What is she talking about? You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. That's what started her path down that twisted... Or, started her down that twisted path. Ripley! Ripley! Stop it! She started to commit crime, and she started to commit crime after crime. And in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Iris? It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing. What? But I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father. That's awful. But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Huh? It was revenge on her father. Revenge? What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. You threw our mother away and then sent her to hell. Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. My mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because her mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as Master Crane. That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Korean tradition hit rock bottom. The new Master Mystic Misty Fay made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. And after that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated that place, and when he said it was a hick dive, that he had no reason to stay there. That's when you came here to Hazakura Temple. Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see. Oh. I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I've asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident. Everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fay clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. The college student. Have you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said he hated his guts. I see. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. I'm sorry, I was like thinking. My brain. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. What karma which me, bro? Back to action. There's still so much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promised. Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation. Still one giant secret left to unlock.
Right. Pearl Cyclock. Oh, I forgot about that.
Thank you for reminding me. There's so much happening. Maybe they're back at the thing? Look at that. They really did make a fire right in the front of the shack. Oh, Mr. Nick! Ha, you're too late, Nick. Came here for one of our potatoes. We already polished them all off. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Alright, let's do this thing. Whoa. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Denuxium's room, reading a book together, correct? Yes! I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end. You didn't go? No, there was someone else I had to go instead. So worried, I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous. Pearls never went to Miss Denuxium's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls. On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? The Inner Temple. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? And I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? You mean you know? If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth? Okay. I went to this place for one very simple reason, and it's this. Well, that would be for Maya. It's obvious that you were so worried about it, Pearls. About Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? I think I read that weird. Sorry. You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course. Right. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. Couldn't sit still at all. So I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple. And we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. And what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple? It's probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. There was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock. Until after 10? How did you know what time it was? Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out. She heard the lights out bell. Hazakura Temple's temple bell's pretty small though, isn't it? Must have really good hearing. I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. Didn't want to miss it, that would be terrible. Trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell? Huh? Oh, I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. What? you think it's this note? What? Those instructions were for her? I thought they were for Maya. You were given some instructions to follow that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper. Where did you... In the incinerator in the inner temple. Pearls. You were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. I'm speechless, Nick. You're amazing. The instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? No. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt. The last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Oh my god, I thought it was Maya! Taking into account the author of the note, the purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls is supposed to channel. Oh my god, what? Oh. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was written in the, the letter. Bubble in my throat. Just as I suspected. Was it Iris, his sister Bikini, met at the inner temple that night? It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? No. Never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions. I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. Found the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. Here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Wait.
Why was she white?
Well, Dahlia, right?
Oh my god.
I have no health. And someone who had a lot of respect for her. That would be Elise. But I don't see why she would write the note. Why would she want to channel Dahlia? That doesn't make any sense to me. What? Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you to. That's why. How did you... I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls. It's time you start telling me the truth. Mr. Nick, Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child. Huh? You're trying to say I followed these instructions. I'd like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. So I have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing, I should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know so had carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. Alright. How is it proof that it was you? I knew it! However, I do know that whoever did it was a child. Huh? How do you know that? It couldn't have been an adult. No adults would have made a simple mistake like that. A simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you've been given, but you misunderstood some of the words. And this evidence proves it. Misunderstood some of the words. Make sure not to tell anyone about this letter. The letter itself? I'm confused. What? Are you kidding me? So, on the note, where does it say? It says, gravely roast the master. But I guess she read it as gravy. Okay, this is a little ridiculous. So that's why there's gravy on the poster. That's what that is? Oh my god. It was you who splattered the... That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it? What? Why would I do something like that? Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right? How did you know that? Remember the conversation you had with Miss Denuxium on the night of the murder? So we can read some books together. Very good at reading. Practice reading with me. Gravely. It's kind of a tough word. Oh my god. I did not even remember that. Sure, Miss Denuxium taught you how to read gravely and roast. What she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me. And the only roast I could think of was the food. That's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy and from the knight's pot roast. To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. Guess I really did get the wrong idea. Just a tiny bit. I really am useless. Couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother asked me. Such a simple thing, I couldn't even do it right. Well, I got some health back, but I'm gonna lose it. I come to the trial. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple. The pot full of leftover gravy. The gravy? I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master Karain, like it said in the letter. I see, and then... Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. I went to the inner temple guest area. The guest area? Yeah, I thought I could wait there until the training was over. Why didn't you just go to the training hall? Because Mystic Maya's main training was already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then, Pearls, did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple. Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but... Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. Thought everyone had left me because I overslept. Threw the letter in the incinerator, and he heated up the leftover gravy and... let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried. Must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. It was written in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring. So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit? No. I tried, but I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it? I never failed at channeling someone. First time it happened. Tried and tried and tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. Just couldn't do it. Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yes, I don't know what to do. Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? Well, there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. Please tell me what it is anyway. Could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. Oh! Okay. So it must be Maya. It must have been Maya then. Okay. Someone else. What do you mean? There's only one of each spirit, right? Yep. It's like dating a girl, Nick. Can't see a hot chicken if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a failure. Couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. Definitely need to find out more about it. My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary. Yeah, I know, Pearls. I visit her every month. Last month, she told me. The time you've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our poem before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter is hidden. My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much. Yeah, moms will do anything for the kids, right? She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya is part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her too. That's right, isn't it, Nick, Mr. Nick? I guess so, yeah. Picture with her with her letter too. Picture. A Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time, pretty weird, huh? If Larry knows anything about this stuff. There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone already opened it once before. That sure is pretty strange. Someone had already opened it. Thanks, Pearls. Really helped me out. You're very welcome. My mother's watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright. That innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Huh. Oh? Finally figured it out. Have you, Trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Gadot! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. Guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Faye isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Faye. That was not my job. What? That was the case that she was handling all on her own. She didn't share that with Phoenix. I don't understand. Two sisters caught up with them in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. Didn't know anything about what was going on. Exactly. Huh, what did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. It's not like they were, like, It's not like Mia was like sharing what she was looking into with Phoenix. I don't understand. Tomorrow. Let's settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all. Mr. Dick.
What I mean? Just said true?
Be alright, Pearls. Share Maya's life. You'll see for yourself tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick. My dear Pearl. You've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. Knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. Seems I was just in time. I really don't understand why Godot has it so out for me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because, like we weren't, that was the whole case with what Mia was looking into, like for her mother's stuff, that was all personal to her. Obviously. So I don't understand how that's our fault. I don't understand why, oh no, it's not our fault. I don't understand why he thinks that it's our fault. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. It gives me a headache. But, okay. So, I guess next time, trial time. I feel like this is gonna be such a hefty trial. I'm not ready for it. Okay. So, I'm definitely thinking that right now, Maya is still channeling Dahlia. And I guess Dahlia went for her revenge or whatever. But if Maya is channeling Dahlia, well, I don't understand why she would get revenge. I don't understand why. Oh, well, I guess, yeah. Never mind. Sorry. No, it makes sense for the revenge part. I don't. If that's the case, then who else took the note and read it? Because Pearl said that the note was seen before or something. Like it was opened up. I don't understand. Unless Maya just accidentally channeled Dahlia, but then if that was the case, then why the instructions? Like who else looked at those instructions? I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out next time. But I guess that's my assumption. Because how else would Morgan try to get rid of the family bloodline? Like, that makes the most sense, is that Dahlia's right now possessing Maya. If Dahlia went out and did all the things, then it would be on Maya's hands, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. My brain's fried. I'm gonna go to bed. Next time, we'll get some answers. We'll get some serious answers, because this was a whole trip. The investigation itself was a whole trip. But yeah, we'll see you then. Goodbye.